It's my birthday tonight and I don't know how to feel. And also my life didn't turn out how I thought it would yet. So I'm gonna just go into a little bit of that. And I wanted to start content creating more and just putting myself out there because a lot of people don't want me to share my truth, share my story, or be seen or heard after everything that I've gone through, and I'm still here standing. So I just figured I'm gonna post my face more. You know, you never know, it could help someone that comes across this video, or you know, maybe someone could relate, or if you think this video is funny or whatever, you can just like it or watch it because that helps my views get up there and be able to be heard and be seen. So yeah, I mean, my birth time is kind of like a crazy, like morbid kind of number, and it's kind of a morbid day, but I think that if this is really my real birthday, then it has some kind of like synchronicity to me that I feel like I can relate to. And then also I just want to go into like how my life didn't turn out the way I thought it would. I don't know what kind of life I imagined for myself. I don't think I really imagined myself having a life like, you know, because my life is always super chaotic since I was a child, and like I didn't have like normal experiences like everybody else. So like I just thought that like certain things like this was like normal, you know, like my life was normal, but then I would watch like other people around me and it just didn't seem like their life was like mine. So that's just like the best way that I can kind of just describe how I feel, and just how I feel like it's hard to believe I'm this age, you know. Um like I'm all grown up now, even though I don't really feel like it, because I feel like I had the past like 7 years of my life. Like every aspect of my life was like pretty much ruined. I just felt like since 7 years ago, yeah, around like 7 years ago, 7.5 years ago, I had some really not so favorable events happen. And ever since those events happened, I was never really the same after them. And I'm still struggling and dealing with just the grief of it all today. And especially, you know, being back in a space, in a place that's not so favorable for me. It's a lot of stress on me. So I'm really trying to work on my reactions and like not being so reactive with myself or towards others, even though I have been, and I feel like my emotions kind of are like up and down, especially today. Like I think it's just the energy is really chaotic and intense for most people, so I just feel it more because I'm more of like a sensitive person, so I feel everything more than most people. So it's just something I had to get used to, that a lot of people don't feel, or they just don't feel enough. So I have to be able to realize that and like guard myself and protect myself and be like, hey, like, you know, I have to know my limits and be able to set boundaries. Otherwise, like, that's not on the other person, that's on me. And then if said person or people don't want to respect those boundaries, well, you know, that's my cue to leave, or that's my cue to go do something different, or to not react and preserve my energy, right? So yeah, and I'm hoping that these years will be restored. Like I have a good feeling because I've done so much work on myself despite all the spiritual attacks, all the attacks that I've received my whole life, and also, you know, the big spiritual warfare that has been going on, that I've had to like study a lot of different things and get to know myself more, despite feeling like, you know, I'm being erased on a daily basis, or like my identity is being erased. There's been a lot of corruption and like legal things going on within my situation, within my name. And I think that I tried throughout my life to like get help, but it was hard to, because no one really believed me or wanted to listen to me. So that goes hand in hand with the whole like feeling like you're being erased. Or it's like also too, I just didn't really have the right support I didn't really have any support system compared to other people. So it changed me. So here I am today, just kind of confused on what, you know, is going on. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's just heavy, intense warfare, and I think it's affecting everybody, obviously, worldwide, different countries, wherever. But for me, how that affects my personal life, it's just a lot of, you know, relearning who I am, trying to, you know, keep my cool despite others wanting me to get out of character, and just telling myself I still have my own free will despite others not wanting me to have that. I still am a person and am a human being despite others not wanting me to feel that I am. And then also just like, you know, just being thankful that I'm even here, because throughout everything, like, I shouldn't have probably survived. But it was like I was kind of forced on different paths. I was like forced on this whole healing path, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you don't even have to call it that. I just kind of like to call it like a spiritual journey, because of everything I went through. It was so insane that it didn't really give me enough time to be like, I feel comfortable and safe going into this. I feel comfortable and safe living in the real world. I feel comfortable and safe trusting random people and strangers, even though I know you do have to do that sometimes. But for me, because I had such bad experiences with that, I can only speak from my own lived experiences, that it was hard for me to be like, yeah, let me go trust this offer, trust this or that or this person or whatever. So it's just been kind of like a lot of isolation. That's I put myself in, but also I feel like was forced upon me, because like I said, people just have been trying to erase me for the longest, but especially the last few years, very heavily. But like I keep going out of spite, because then I feel like everyone wins. My abusers win. And a lot of people just take abuser's side without knowing the full story, and that they can take whoever's side they want to. I don't, that's them, but it's like, you know, I still have to do what I have to do for myself as someone that, you know, went through things, a lot of things alone, and had to figure out, you know, how am I gonna get out of this? What am I gonna do about this? And I'm still in that phase. So it's hard. I think I find it hard, you know, being 28 now, or tonight, you know, I haven't turned it yet, because, you know, it's at night, close to midnight. Apparently it's my birth time. Not gonna say the exact time, but so, you know, this is all true, then technically I'm not 28 yet. But I don't really feel it, because like I said, the past 7 to 8 years, I felt like I had every aspect of my life erased. And I can't even begin to explain to you what that has done to me. And it can't be really anything good. But luckily, I was able to venture into different things and do art, or like just think of different things to do to try to keep myself busy. And despite not really living what someone would call a quote-unquote like normal life in society in the 3D matrix, but I think because I was feeling too much, seeing too much, you know, going through things that other people weren't and aren't going through, it's like I had to be separated from other people. So I think I'm starting to get it now, even though sometimes it feels really lonely. And I do get, you know, negative feelings and urges, but I'm not, you know, a younger person or like a teenager anymore, so I don't really act on them. I don't like to act on them. More of like an impulse thing to me is like, I'm paranoid. You know, I feel kind of nervous, paranoid, anxious about the outcome. So I think that a lot of things I've been through created that paranoia within me, but like rightfully so. So I just wanted to share a bit about my thoughts today and what I've been dealing with, and like how this spiritual warfare has like been affecting me, and just staying strong throughout all of it, and also having something or someone to believe in really helps if you're dealing with intense attacks and all of that. Whatever that is for you. I don't really want to go into too much detail of certain things, but like just my journey has been a lot of grief, loss, and betrayal. So it's like, I guess, kind of viewing my pain in a different way and then making art about it, or just trying to figure out how I can turn that pain into like something good for myself, or like money, which is what people don't want me to have. They believe that they're entitled to everything in my life, or anything that is coming into my life. So it's just really annoying to me. Like, it's almost like you're angry every day and you don't even know why you're so angry, because it just feels like things were taken from you. Like, just everything was taken, like your essence was sold, and that's pretty much what it was. And then you're just trying to understand like how people can just be so cruel, but then you realize it's for no reason at all. 9 times out of 10, it's not about you. You can't control other people's actions. So I only want to work on controlling my own, and realizing, hey, I have a say in what happens in my life, regardless of what people don't agree with, or like healing from family trauma and friendship trauma, whatever, relationship trauma, all the trauma that I've had to go through while living in these communities, and like being back still in my hometown, realizing, hey, this isn't for me, regardless of what people want, because it benefits them. So yeah, I'm hopefully looking forward to just like relaxing for the rest of my day, and just like not letting outside interferences and people and things like that bother me, like things that are just out of my control. But I think also like the thoughts and the energy, sometimes a lot of that can be intrusive, or it can be a lot of times not your thoughts and not your energy. So you just kind of have to keep telling yourself that, and realizing like, hey, you're having a human experience just like everyone else is, and it's not your fault for what has happened or what has gone on, for like the actions other people have chosen to take. So just kind of being aware of that, and not letting other people continue to try to brainwash or manipulate me and my reality for what I know to be true from my lived experiences. And separating myself from that and other people's, because I realized it's not like everyone else's. It wasn't like everyone else's. So that's probably why I have a hard time just connecting with people in general. But yeah, I just wanted to put this out there, because I felt like I need to work on my content creating. And let me think if there's anything else I want to add. Yeah, just a lot of like dehumanization, I hope I said that right, and like exploitation that has gone on, and it's been hard to feel like a person when you feel like other people are erasing that. They're erasing your right to live, to make money, to just exist and choose what you want to choose, or to choose this career or go down this path or not. It's like the energy of people constantly trying to control everything in your life, from what you're gonna wear. That's a thing that sometimes, and that can be in anything, anywhere, like that can be in any scenario. It was what I mean. I'm just saying this as an example. But, or like controlling like, oh, who they want you to be with or who they don't want you to be with, or just, I don't know. It's just, at the end of the day, there's free will, and I just think I wanted to make that video to kind of remind people of that. If anyone feels as oppressed, as isolated as others have tried to make them, That's who I'm making this video for. And then also just an update on where I'm at, and hopefully this year is gonna be a much better year than the years I've had before me, because it's really been just a wild time, and not in a good way, but also I just kind of appreciate the little things in life, because I know that, you know, I'm not supposed to be here, and yeah.